See, okay, then what you can do is take a start, spend some 15 to 20 minutes, search for an agile development cycle and have a self-learning on it first. Okay. So
Okay, sir.
like we discussed till now, your first stage will be designing, or and then before you design, you will get all the requirements. Okay. Just like when you build your building, when a new building is being constructed, first thing they will do is the requirement. Say the customer will say, I need a 2-bedroom apartment, or I need a, say I need an house of this particular type or villa, something like that. He will provide us requirement. Based on the requirement, you need to start working on your design. After design, you will have your initial level of analysis. Okay, if this is a design, the feasibility, whether it will work or not, things. The same applies to your software projects also. So first thing, we have provided a requirement. Say one team needs to work on Kanban layout and the other one needs to work on to-do list. So this is our requirement. And within this, we have given you some requirements. Say for to-do list, we have again a separate category for each to-do task, or you can have a reminder. So we have given you the requirements. Now you need to complete your design. That is your stage. Don't start coding. Am I clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
I'm sure without proper planning, if you are starting working on your code, then you will have multiple issues. So please don't start without my approval.
Sir?
Yes, Rohini.
Sir, we need to draw use case diagram for backend separate and the front end separate.
No. I don't want use case diagram for UI. So if you have a use case diagram for your backend, that is fine, because that is going to be reflected on your UI. Okay, interface may be different. How it is going to represent it or the layout, it will be different. That you can work on it. But you are going to get the data from your backend only. Yes or no, Rohini?
Yes, sir.
So your backend is more important, because your front end depends on the data from the backend. That is why, Ajay, I remember even yesterday I told you to start working with the backend first. But what you guys said is, at least for understanding, we will plan from the front end and then work on our back end. I didn't expect that you will be start working with the coding, Ajay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at least since you have started with the front end, now you might have some requirements. Okay, these are the values which will be displayed on the front end. So start working on your use case diagram. It is very important. Is that okay, Rohini and Ajay? Two
Yes,
different
sir.
batches.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir?
Before this, I need one person as a Scrum Master. Who is that in your batch, Ajay?
Sir, Scrum Master.
Yes.
We are on ClickUp, na? Scrum Master. I don't.
In your team, we need one person as a Scrum Master.
Shreyas explained, so I think Shreyas will be the one.
Okay, or else I will give you 10 to 15 minutes, discuss among yourself.
Okay.
And ping me on Slack.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And the same goes with Rohini, your batch also.
Sir, Rohini herself.
Is that okay, Srihari and Rohini? Is that okay for you?
Yes, sir. They said yesterday only that one.
Okay, then. I don't have any issues. So Ajay, in your batch, we don't have Shreyas now. So discuss and provide me the person who is who will be your Scrum Master in your team.
Okay.
Okay, so it will be easy for me to connect and share things.
Okay.
And the responsibility of Scrum Master is to coordinate and organize things. Simple thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Hello, sir.
yes, Rohini.
Sir, we need to draw microservices architecture also for backend.
That will be today.
Okay.
Wait, I will share the slides. Okay, guys, today is our day 2 of Capstone project. What you need to do is you need to work on your architecture design. So yesterday, if you have completed with your use case diagram, how the data flows, what are the data required in your application, today you will be able to work on the architecture design. So what are the things need to be considered? So here you need to identify the different layers of microservices. Okay, say if you have 5 different blocks of service in your use case diagram, then based on that you need to decide whether it is going to be one service or 2 different microservices. So it depends. Okay, but remember, one microservice will be responsible for only one task. It can be a CRUD operation or whatever it is, but it will be responsible for only one task. Please remember it. Don't try to club more than one thing. Okay, say for example, if you think of using your authentication service for the users database also, thing is it will change. Say it will be responsible for providing the authentication as well as after the user logs in, he needs to get a list of users on his workspace if you are working in Kanban board. So in such case, what happens? Again, he is going to depend on the same service. So the service is going to work on 2 different tasks. So it is not a good thing. So please work on it. Then based on your use case models, which you have concluded yesterday, today you need to create a data model. So these, if I have 5 different microservices, these will be the data models for my classes. You need to conclude it.
Domain classes, right, sir?
Yes. Okay. Then here, this is what I said. Follow the single responsible principle while designing the services. A single service will be responsible for a single purpose principle. Okay. Then in your user interface, it should be modular and the components should be reusable. So which means, say even in to-do list and Kanban, the common thing is card. You should ensure that you should have one component as card that will be used in different layouts wherever you want as per your logic. So it should be a library. So you should import it and use it wherever required. So make sure you work on a reusable component and your components should be modular. Then now you need to create a model for the database. Even though you have domain layer for 5 or 6 different classes on your database, you are going to depend on only few model classes. Yes or no? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Or okay, anyways, I will repeat once. Say for example, you have a customer database, sorry, customer class and a address domain class. So customer class depends on address. So it is just a data model. Okay, these are the values which I need in my application. But when you are going to persist on a database, what you will do, you will just create a table for the user. With the help of user, within a user row, you will be having the address. So you will not be creating a separate table for address. Yes or no, guys? Do you get my point? Yes or no? So guys, if you want to repeat, I will repeat. Are you able to understand what I'm trying to say or not? Yeah, okay. So based on that, what you need to do, you need to create a model for the database. So what will be the table created on your database? You need to create it. Then,
Sir,
yes,
sir, here we have to create the domain classes for the database, right?
sorry, domain classes for?
That for each services, right? For
Yes,
database.
each service requires domain class.
Oh, okay.
Without, how you will be working on it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Deepak. Okay. So then, guys, you need to work on identify the publisher and subscriber service. This is very important. Okay. Say when there is a communication between two different microservices or from the client to a service, you should ensure, you should identify whether it is going to be a synchronous communication or a asynchronous communication. If it is going to be a synchronous communication, you don't have any issues. You can just add a paint client or you can directly get a request from the client. If it is going to be a asynchronous communication, you should identify, okay, this particular service will have a publisher service and this particular service is going to be a subscriber service. So you need to identify this. Next, draw a diagram using some online tools are there. Example which is given here is draw.io, and you should show the flow of the application, both the front end and back end. So your architecture should be represented diagrammatically. Is that clear? Guys, so I guess now you are able to understand the flow based on what we discussed yesterday. So yesterday you are just understanding how your application is going to work. Maybe you took some references or you have your own ideas. So now you should have a picture of how your application should look. Based on that, you need to create your architecture diagram today. Is that clear, all of you? Yeah. So guys, what I will do is two things to be done. One is for Ajay, I need a scrum master in your team, one task, and this one is common to all of you guys. With this, I will pause the session, spend 15 to 20 minutes and try to understand Agile workflow. So two different things, Agile and Scrum. Scrum is not a big thing. Okay. Just try to understand it, then start working on your use case diagram. I need the use case diagram by 11 o'clock. So if you are able to discuss among yourself, conclude a structure, I think one person can work on the use case diagram and others can work on the understanding the microservices. So based on that, you can work together. Is that clear, all of you? Divide the problem and start completing it. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, one more thing. Create a repository, BEG Capstone Project Architecture, and then push your diagram to this repository. Okay. So guys, I will connect again at 11 o'clock. for a review. If you have any doubts, we can discuss again. And Deepak, yeah, please
Yes.
inform your team. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
They need to be here at 9 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I know that you have some college sessions. Okay, I can excuse you. Others should be here. Ajay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So thank you guys. I'll be available online. If you have any queries, you can connect us. Thank you.